Hi friends, today we are going to do a on the mat yoga sequence around our heart chakra. So the heart chakra is the fourth chakra in the seven chakra system, and it's the energetic bridge between the lower three earthly chakras, our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus, and also the upper three chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, which are more of the ethereal chakras or spiritual body. So the heart chakra is that beautiful bridge that connects the lower three and the upper three. And it's my favorite chakra to talk about because everyone can really relate to the heart chakra because we all feel love throughout our life from the time of birth. And we all know what that form of love feels like, that pure form of love, where sometimes it may be a little harder to get around the other chakras, the grounding, the creativity, the inner strength, but we all innately know what love feels like. We also know what heartbreak feels like, whether it be the loss of a friend, maybe they moved away when they were children, maybe it's the loss of a pet as a child, um, could be the first love that broke up with us or that we broke up with, or our significant other. It could be the death of a family member. So we all know what love feels like, but we also know what heartbreak feels like. And what we don't want to get stuck in is that heartbreak. It's so important to move past that and into that healing stage. And that's where we really want to work on the heart chakra and opening that up so that we can reciprocate love, meaning we can give it and we can receive it. And we do that openly, releasing pain or resentments or regret or anger. So, really moving that stagnant energy out and allowing that heart to open up for receiving. So, the heart chakra is represented by the element of air and the color green or emerald. So, imagine that green spinning wheel over your heart, which is actually more in the center of your chest. We always think of it over, on the left side, but imagine it more towards the center. And imagine that color green just moving out through your body as you're flowing through today's practices. And it won't really be a flow through because we're going to do totally on the mat sequences today. So let's get started. I would like for you to place your hands over your heart as you lengthen through your spine and pull those shoulders back and down away from your ears, and maybe gently close your eyes. And start to cultivate that breath, that pranayama breath that you will use through today's practice. Inhaling and filling up the belly, and exhaling and feeling it release. Getting that nice rhythmic breathing pattern. And we'll just be here for a few breaths as we start to center and ground. Maybe inviting in an affirmation, if you have one that's close to your heart, or maybe it's something as simple as, I am beautiful and I am loved. I give love and I receive love. And as you breathe in, feel that energy swirl around your heart. And as you exhale, start to feel any stagnancy, regret, resentment, or anger, or sadness flow out of your body. As it no longer serves you, you're on the healing road. And when you're ready, gently crack open your eyes and we'll meet in a center aligned position. So allowing your hands to rest on top of your thighs or knees, let's just start to warm up the upper body a little bit by allowing our right ear to drop towards our right shoulder. And then up through center, left ear, left shoulder. And find a little movement back and forth. Just a nice gentle stretch on each side of your neck. And maybe start to do some neck rolls, allowing your chin to flow towards your chest and up and around. And then reverse. And then coming back to center, start to find a little flow back and forth, or maybe do some circles one way and then the other, whatever feels good to you. Maybe it's dropping the shoulders. It's really just starting to feel that loving energy in your body, feeling the freedom to flow, waking up our obliques, our ribs, our chest. And we'll meet back in center, taking a few seated cat-cows. It's really good when we go into that cow position. We're really opening our chest, pulling our shoulders back. So on an inhale, send your chest forward, chin to the sky. Exhale, navel comes into spine, chin to chest. Inhale, chest opens up. Exhale, rounding down through cat. And one more time, inhale, chest opens. Exhale, release. And we'll start to cultivate a little energy by sending our arms up for 3 breaths together. Inhale, arms up. Palms together, exhale down through heart center. Inhale, arms up. And release. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. And this time we'll hold our arms at the top. Inhale, arms up. And palms together, start to cultivate a little flow back and forth. Kind of like a tree branches in the wind. Maybe taking a few circles. And then reversing. And we'll meet at the top. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes down to the mat. Right arm up and over the side body. And rotate your shoulders back, allowing your heart to gaze towards the sky. And inhale, left arm up. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left arm up and over the side body. Chest opens up. And inhale, right arm up. Rotate your palms, sending them, interlace them and rotate them, sending them towards the sky. And just start to do some up and down movement here. Dropping your arms, raising them back up, opening that chest. And allowing them to release. Send your right arm up towards the sky and then allow it to come down. Fingers towards your shoulder blades, really opening up. And your left hand comes back to meet the right hand. So maybe it rests at your lower back, or maybe your fingers touch, or maybe they even interlace. But the idea is to keep that elbow pointed towards the sky and your chest open. Chins raised, parallel to the floor. And feeling that nice stretch across the front of your chest and your shoulders. Inhale, raises that right arm, allows it to drop. Left arm to the sky. and it comes down to meet your right arm, right hand. Maybe noticing if this side feels any different than the other side. It most certainly may, as our bodies are aligned differently from day to day. Inhale and release. So let's meet in child pose for a few breaths. And in child's pose, sending your knees out to the edge of your mat. Big toes come together as you send your tail down towards your hip or down towards your heels. Always an option to use a block here to place between your feet and allow your bottom to rest on, just to bring that mat up a few inches higher. And sending your arms and fingertips out towards the front of your mat, allowing your forehead to rest on the mat or a block, and your shoulders really melting down and splaying out to either side. And again, anchoring in your breath. Maybe giving your forehead a little massage here to open the third eye. And then your next inhale, grounding down through the palms, we'll meet in tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips are over knees, finding that elongated spine. Inhale, sends the right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. Right arm comes down underneath the left arm. Forearm plants down towards the mat. Right shoulder melting into the mat. Hips are aligned over your knees, tailbone to the sky, and navel's pulled in towards your spine. And on your next breath, ground down through the palm of the left hand, sending that right arm back up to the sky, and we meet in tabletop. Inhale, sends the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Left arm underneath your right arm. Forearm plants on the mat. Again, maintaining your alignment with your hips over your knees and allowing the left shoulder to melt. And on your next inhale, sending that left arm up towards the sky, and we meet back in tabletop. So with your knees grounded into the, grounded down, finding your alignment, start to send your upper body towards the mat, allowing your chest and chin to rest. Maybe the soles of your feet come up for knees, chin, and chest. And then flow all the way down. Everything grounds into the mat. Hands are placed at the top of your ribs, not grounding down too tight. On an inhale, we're going to lift the chest. Really allowing your hands just to be here for a brace and allowing your lower back to do the work. Pulling your shoulders back for baby cobra. And release forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Allowing your arms to land next to your body, elongated out through the sides, palms facing up. And on an inhale, start to raise your head, your chest, your feet off the mat for locust pose. So really sending your shoulders back. Chest is open. Strong legs. And release. Inhale to lift, legs, chin, chest. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. We're going to try this one more time. We're going to inhale to lift. And if it's available to you, maybe reaching back and grabbing your ankles, making this your highest lift yet for bow pose. And release. Maybe shaking everything out a little bit. Rolling your shoulders. And sending your arms out to a T. Allowing your chin to rest on the mat. And when you're ready, start to bring your right arm in so the palm is grounded down next to the top of your shoulders, and start to send your body up for scorpion pose. If this is too much on your left shoulder, allow your shoulder to start to work its way down the mat. The lower the arm, the less intense the stretch. And on your next inhale, grounding down through the palm of your hand. Come back out, arms to a T. Left palm comes in as you start to rotate towards that right shoulder. Again, finding your arm placement. Inhale, release. On your next inhale, we're going to start to lift up through the palms, chest, head. Feet are flat, or tops of the feet are flat on top of the mat. Upward facing dog. And release. Inhale, lifts the body, upward facing dog. Chest is open, heart's beaming. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. And release. Pushing yourself back up to tabletop position, finding alignment here. We are going to send that right foot forward, framing it with both hands, feeling the energetic lengthening in the back leg, and either coming up on the tips of your fingers for a high lunge, or maybe using a block to bring the floor up just a little higher. Shoulders pull back, opening your chest. Chin slightly lifts. And if it's available to you and you would like, maybe taking that right hand and reaching back and grabbing your left foot or ankle, and then rotating your shoulder back, chest is open to the sky. And if you took that bind, releasing the hand from the ankle, coming back to high lunge, planting the left palm on the mat, inhale, right arm to the sky. And release. Start to just hinge back a little bit, lengthening that front leg. Keeping a micro bend in the knee, but flexing the sole of the foot. Again, chest is open, chin's lifted just a little bit. Or if you would like, you could bend forward, allowing your head to hang heavy. Just finding your sweet spot. Always an option to use your blocks here to bring the floor up. And release that front foot, sole to the mat, and send that right leg back. Left leg forward. You know, let's take that right leg forward again and add in a few more poses here. Start to tick-tock your right foot out to the edge of your mat, placing both hands on the inside and really energetically sending that back leg out long. Right knee over right ankle, coming up to your fingertips to open your chest for dragon pose. If you would like, you can peel that right sole up so you're on the edge of that right foot, sending that right knee out towards the edge of your mat, staying up on those tented fingers or blocks, or start to come down towards the mat, allowing your forearms to rest, or maybe even your head. For lizard pose. And if you came down to your forearms, start to lift yourself up through tall arms, allowing that right sole to drop back down to the mat, and planting that left hand. Inhale, right arm up. And release. Planting that right palm, left arm to the sky for an opposite side twist. And release. Now we can bring that right foot back and left leg, left foot to the front of your mat, finding your alignment, both hands frame your left foot, finding that high lunge, energetically sending that right leg out long, chest opens. Option to use your blocks here. And if it's available to you, maybe bending at the knee and taking your left hand and grabbing your left foot or left ankle, rotating your chest open towards the sky. And if you took that bind, releasing and starting to tick-tock that left foot out towards the edge of your mat, finding tall arms, chest open, maybe using a block. And if you would like, always an option, start to rotate that sole of the left foot open and either staying on tall arms or coming down to your mat or a block. Really feeling that stretch in that hip flexor. And as you came down to your forearms, start to bring yourself back up, allowing the sole to rest on the mat, planting that right palm, inhale, left arm to the sky. And release, palm of the left hand on the mat, right arm to the sky. And we meet back in tabletop. Let's send our hips back to our heels for one more child's pose. Just allowing everything to release. Just be here for a few breaths. And when you're ready, starting to ground down through your palms, let's come up on our knees. So nice, strong, energetic position here. Really aligning our hips over our knees. Navel's into spine, shoulders are rolled back, tailbones tucked, palms open to the sky, hearts open to the sky. And either staying here or starting to find a little back bend. And if it's available, starting to allow your hands to come down your back legs, maybe even to your heels or to a block, and really open that chest. For camel pose. Maybe clasping your hands back together, really stretching out, allowing those shoulders to come back down your back. And release, allowing your hands to fall to the side. And coming up, curling the toes, and allowing your hips to rest back on your heels. This may not be available to everyone, or maybe it's just available for a few seconds or a few breaths. We really put a lot of tension and pressure in our feet and our toes. We don't really give them much of attention when it comes to stretching them out. So either staying here for a few breaths or coming back up to Euro pose. And releasing down to the mat. And we'll start to come down on our bottoms. And find a little rock and roll until you're flat on your back. So maybe placing the palms of your hands on your knees. And allowing the soles of your feet to come down to the mat. Start to walk them in towards your pelvis bottom area. We're going to set up for bridge. So really energetically sending those thighs together or towards each other. Maybe it's together, finding your placement. And allow your shoulders to gently roll under your back. Not too much, just a little. And on an inhale, start to send your pelvis, your abdomen up towards the sky, and maybe clasp your hands together underneath your back. Really opening up that chest, sending that chin towards the chest. And just breathe into this bridge pose. Always a little difficult, but a great chest opener. And release back down to the mat. On the next inhale, we'll do that one more time. Inhale, chest, abdomen up towards the sky. Energetic through the thighs. And let it go back down to the mat. Maybe pulling those knees in for a little hug. Maybe finding some small circles. And then the opposite direction. And finding center. Your knees stacked, feet are flexed. Start to send your knees down towards the right side for a supine twist. Always an option to place a block under your knees or between them, and send your arms out to a T. Maybe gently gazing over the left shoulder towards your left fingertips. Maybe closing your eyes. And inhale, bringing those knees back up towards center. And exhale, allow them to drop to the left side. Again, gently gazing over your right fingertips. And on an inhale, bringing those knees back up, maybe for a little squeeze. And then allow the soles of your feet to come to the mat and then meet each other, sending your knees out to either edge of the mat, both edges of the mat, I guess, for reclined goddess. And again, allowing your shoulders to just gently roll under your back. Chest is open. Palms are facing up for receiving. Really feeling that heart opener. And we'll take a few breaths here before settling into our final resting pose, Shavasana. And then just start to send those legs out long. Again, keeping those shoulders gently rolled underneath. Palms up for receiving. We always say up for receiving, you're down for grounding in Shavasana. But since we're working on the heart chakra, let's face them up. And allow all the love that we can imagine, harness, and cultivate flow into us. We'll just be here for a few breaths. Always the most important part of the practice. As you start to clear your mind and maybe focus back on that affirmation or any affirmation around love. Maybe repeating to yourself silently or out loud, I am loved. I give love as I accept love. I am beautiful, and my heart is worthy of all the abundance of joy. And regardless of your situation right now, knowing that in this moment, you are surrounded by a protective green bubble of swirling light representing the love that's available to you. And when you're ready, start to roll to your favorite side in fetal position. And using the palm of your hand, lifting up to an easy seat. So this was a gentle few poses that we can use to really open up our chest and open up our heart. And I just want, like, we go through such struggling times, hard times, there's so much chaos all around us. I really would like for you just to start grounding back into that feeling of love, that feeling of healing, any heartbreak or any resentment or anything that's holding you back, and knowing that love is all around you. And if you can cultivate that and share it with others, it will come back to you. It's like a reciprocal band. When we give, we receive. When we receive, we give. So if you can kind of start getting into that mindset, it really releases all the tension on the mind, and it connects those those three upper chakras, the communication, the third eye, our intuition, and our divine crown, to that feeling of love and acceptance and forgiveness and healing. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. The love and light in me honors the love and light in you. Namaste. Thanks, friends, and until next time, have a great day.